Hey guys, it's Abby. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to find hidden money in your budget. The easiest way to make more money out of what you have and how you can use that to save. So about 2 months ago, my husband and I decided that we were going to crack down on our spending very hardcore, strictly. We wanted to really challenge ourselves and push ourselves out of our comfort zone. We found out 2 months ago that we were going to be having another baby, so this is our third. And if you haven't watched that video, I will put it up here. But when you have a baby, obviously that's another expense that you are preparing for, that you are adding to your budget or your income. And we knew that was going to be happening. I'm 90% sure I'm going to be working next year, so that's a third daycare to come up with. So we knew we wanted to get a lot paid off, hopefully become debt-free, fingers crossed, before this baby was born. But that was going to require a lot more on our part. So I've mentioned before that we like to follow the 50-30-20 rule, and I have a video on that as well of what it's like, and I'll link that up here too. But basically, you are living on 50% of your income is for your needs, 30% is your wants, and 20% is what you're saving or paying off. So we do that, but we wanted to do more. So we decided that we were going to try to save around $20,000 a year. So I guess that would be like 20% of our income for the year after taxes. And I think that we've always said we were going to do that. You know, we wanted to live under the income that we make. We've always done a good job of living under the amount that we make. So we're pretty frugal people. We don't have a lot of extras that we pay for monthly. We have our normal bills, and we pay for a van. But other than student loans, we just have a few things like a surgery to pay off. So we always try to live under what we make, but we were going to push ourselves and live much under what we were already doing. And we've already done this once before. When I was pregnant with my daughter Vera, again, we were having to pay monthly for a doctor's, for the labor that we were going to have, and then we knew we were going to have another daycare to pay for. So we did this before, and we pushed ourselves and did what I'm going to tell you for about 6 months, and we came up with $5,000 extra dollars that we put on debt. It requires hard work, dedication, discipline, but it is so worth it. So let's get into it. Also, don't remind the room. This is the playroom. It's where my desk is. There's toys everywhere. Trying to hide them with my body. One of my pictures over here doesn't have a picture yet. It's a mess, but that's just my life right now. So one thing that I suggest doing is, you've got to write down all of your bills, all of your debt, and look at where your money is going. The easiest places to save money are to call your bill providers and see if you can cancel because you're not happy, see if they'll go down on the rates, find another provider for things, see if you can save money that way. Really ask yourself, do I need this? Do I need TV? I could go the cheaper route and go with Netflix. Do I need the most expensive cell phone? You can look for money in those ways, but really my favorite way to save money is in the grocery shopping area. So stopping going out to eat and cooking meals at home. I have so many videos on cooking meals at home. I will put them up here or down below. You can check them out. But list out all your money and see what you think you can do. But what I'm going to share with you is like taking it to the next level. So maybe you are someone who's already tried to reduce their bills and you've already tried to give up things that you don't need, but this is what I do next. So I have like my personal planner. This is where I write down like life's events, like what's going on. But I also have a budget planner. So I have a planner on the computer. I really like it. I've thought about sharing it with y'all, but I also am just a paper person. So I like a paper planner. I've gone through so many, but this one is my favorite. First of all, I love the way it looks. It's just black. It's got a band. It comes with like 2 things of stickers for paydays and things coming up. But I was sent this by the company, but it's off of Amazon. It's very affordable. I will link it down below, but I have loved it. This is my 2nd month using it and I really, really like it. So here's like a blank month. So I've already been planning mine out for November. So you have like a vision board. You write down your goals for the month, financial goals. And I already started looking at November, so I put like when we get paid. I'm gonna grocery shop on Sundays, whether that's in person or grocery pickup. And then you have your monthly overview. So again, your monthly goals, your income, how much you're gonna save. And this is where you write down your bills and what you're spending your money on. And it keeps going for a couple of pages. But then it's got a monthly summary page, so you can reflect and look at what you did well on, what you need to try for next month, and so on and so forth. And so then you can do the next month, and so you can start this at any time of the year. But I love things like this. When I have a planner, it really helps me stay focused if it's something I can look at and remind myself of my goals, because if you're not planning goals, they're not real. So you have to set goals for yourself. But this would be my next step. You got to write down, set financial goals, why you're trying to do this. What is the money going to go to? Is it going to pay off debt? Are you going to try to save more? Do you have something in the future coming up? Is it a vacation? Whatever you're trying to use this money for, you need to keep it in your head so that you are motivated the whole time. So you could do this for a month. You could do this for 6 months like we did. It doesn't matter, but I promise you, you will see benefit. So I'm going to get into it now. So I get paid, I look at bills. So the idea behind coming up with extra money in your budget is to try to see it where you don't think it is. And this is gonna require you, the spender, to cut back on your spending. So the core of what makes this the way to find money in your budget is to take out cash for your spending. And I know you've probably heard this before, and like me, you probably rolled your eyes at that. Oh, I don't have time to go to the bank and get cash. I don't have time to pay cash for everything. That's not what I mean. I don't have time to pay cash for all my bills. No, I don't. That's why we have credit cards. That's why it's easier. I can do it online. I don't have to do it in person. I am not saying to pay cash for everything for the whole entire month. What I have found that is the easiest is we get paid once a month. So when we get our money, I look at what's happening for the month. So I'll look in my planner and I will look and see what's going on. Do we have any events going on? There's always lots going on. And I try to see what we're going to be spending our money on. Do we have a wedding? Do we have birthdays? Whatever's going on. And I use that for a guidance on our spending. So we get paid, I pay all my bills. I pay what we save. We always have like a general amount we save every month. And then I don't touch my bank account until usually the first or second day of getting paid. I take out cash for spending. So this is spending for the whole month. So the theory behind this is that you are going to pay your bills. You are going to save. You are not going to use your card again until you get paid and do your bills again next month. So if you don't touch this debit card again, you are automatically going to have hundreds, maybe even $1,000 extra that you can put towards saving, debt, the vacation, whatever your goal was. That's where the money is going to come from. So here's how I decide how much cash spending my family gets in a month. So whenever I did this 2 years ago, like I said, I was more of a spender back then. I wasn't on top of money as well. I mean, I was trying, but I was still trying to improve myself. So I took out $100 a week for groceries. So $400 a month, sometimes $500 if there were 5 weeks. I took out $250 for gas. I took out $100 for eating out. I took out $50 for personal spending money for me, $50 for my husband, and then we had $100 extra of like fun money. So that's about $1,100. That's not enough. I don't think that that's too much. I mean, I was only going to get $50 that month to spend on whatever I wanted for myself. If that was a Starbucks, if that was going to Target, if that was getting my toes done, whatever. So when you are budgeting and trying to be strict, you still want to feel like you can spend. So I just had to really limit, and I just enjoyed that $50 more. And it was so hard. I took off all of the apps on my phone to buy things. I didn't do Amazon. I was so hard on myself. I hated it, but oh my goodness, the money we came up with after 6 months of this was crazy. But fast forward a couple of years later, we don't take out that much money anymore because now we don't have as much debt, like I said, and we're more in control of our spending, not as like a random spender. But I use gas and groceries on a credit card that receives cash rewards, and so I use that to be able to get the points, but I still give myself the limit, $100 a week on groceries. I don't spend more. The gas, you know, we don't spend more than $250. It's usually under $250 anyways, but that I don't take out in cash anymore because I know that I am not going to make a mistake of just getting in the habit of using the credit card all the time. You know, that's why I took it away a couple of years ago, because I didn't want to be tempted to use it for something else. I take out $100 for us to eat out, $100 for fun money, that's $400, and then I usually take out another $100, so that's $500. Sometimes I take out $600 if I know that we're gonna have gifts or weddings or something coming up. So I just look at the calendar. That helps me guide myself. You're gonna have to look at your budget and decide how much money you can still have a life, but not too excessively, but still allow you to have extra money in your bank account at the end of the month. So that is about it. But cutting back on your spending is really the key when you are trying to save money. You don't really realize how many swipes you do in a month until you look at your previous month. Like I dare you to go to your bank account and print out your last month's statement and count how many times you swiped and look at how many of those things you actually needed. Okay, you will just be so shocked at how much money you wasted. And that is what I did several years ago. I actually did that, and I was just like mind blown. I'm like, we are just wasting so much money. And like in the moment when you're swiping, you don't think, you're like, oh, it's not that big a deal, I'll get it. But you look back and you're like, oh, that's the $50 I could have just needed for this that we, you know, needed, or, you know, it just disappears. So I want you to try this. I hope that you are motivated or inspired to try it. You know, try just easing yourself into it if you have never done cash spending before. But to me, when I see money disappearing in front of me, I am like, whoa, stop. But when I'm swiping, I am just like not really thinking I'm thinking of the money, but it's not like tangible. Like I don't really realize how much I'm spending. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really hope it wasn't too scatterbrained. But I encourage you to try this. We have seen a lot of success with this. We are going to do this until we have our baby in May. It gets kind of hard around the holidays, but we are going to push through and do this. And if we do, we should hopefully be debt-free by the time we have this baby, and that would really help us next year because, you know, we're gonna have 3 daycares to pay for. So make sure to subscribe, guys. I will see you again next week. I'm going to be sharing with you more crock pot dump and go recipes for the fall and winter. See y'all again next time. Bye.